This is KUGAN CASSIUS Rifle TV in association with Mexican Gym Marbella. We're in Thomond Park in Limerick, here in Ireland, for the Lee vs Saunders press conference. With me, I've got the WBO middleweight champion Andy Lee. Homecoming, 19th of September. It's going to be a special night.
Yes, it will be. It'll be a great occasion for me and for the city, and for the area and for the country. And a massive fight. And yeah, very proud to bring this fight to Limerick.
Listening to some of the, the Irish press and also the members of the public that are there today, they say you owe it to them, but they're grateful that you've brought this fight, such a huge fight, back home.
Yeah, as soon as I won the world title, that's what I wanted to do. And of course, it brings a big economical boost to the city. People will be booking hotels and eating in restaurants and bars, coming to watch the fight, and it has so many benefits to having the fight here. And this is the first outdoor fight in Ireland since, I think, 20 years, since Steve Collins fought Eubank. And it's once in a generation thing that happens, and people will be here, people will be tuning in to watch from all over the world, and they'll be seeing Limerick, Ireland, a place they probably never heard of, So it makes me very proud to be able to do that.
I read those quotes that you were asked about in the press conference about you'll stop or knock Billy Joe out in 4 or 5 rounds, and just to clarify, you said you were sort of misquoted. That's not exactly what you said.
Yeah, it wasn't what I intended. What I was saying, that I know after 4 or 5 rounds, if I'm behind, I'll find the punch to end the fight, and I still believe that. Billy Joe is a great fighter and a great boxer, and he starts fast. And me, I have started slowly in my last few fights and came on strong. So we'll meet somewhere in the middle, I assume, and I know if I land the right punch at the right time, I can knock anybody out.
What kind of different threats does Billy Joe oppose to previous opponents you've had? You've mixed it with the best middleweights in the world, and Billy Joe's the younger man, I'm not going to say the fresher man, but unbeaten in his career, and we get to see the best of Billy Joe, some people say. But what kind of threats does he pose different to what you've experienced in the ring so far?
Well, he's a tenacious fighter. He fights with a lot of pride and a lot of passion, and I think he's highly competitive. And I'm going to have to, for want of a better phrase, beat that out of him. I'm going to have to make him accept defeat first in his mind, and then make it a reality for him. He's a very fast fighter, throws a high volume of punches, and he's very skilled, a good mover, and you can see he has a lot of ability. So I know it's going to be a hard fight, and like I said, his biggest attribute is that he's undefeated, and that I'm going to have to make him accept a loss first. But I've faced similar styles before, and I've beaten undefeated fighters before, so it's nothing new. What is new will be this occasion, a stadium fight in my hometown, which will bring its own pressures, and I'll have to deal with that as well as dealing with the fight.
Have we already seen the best Andy Lee now? I spoke to Adam Booth earlier on. He said it's all about longevity for you now to sustain what you've done in Las Vegas last December and see how long you can prolong that for. But is there another gear in Andy Lee's tank that we haven't seen yet, despite all the fights you've had?
Well, I never had the one, there's never been a fight where I got out and said that's been a great performance, up my perfect performance. And that's probably due to the opponents I'm fighting, because they're all good fighters and they'll have something to say about which way the fight goes. But I believe there's still who knows? We'll see. I'm training very well, performing well in the gym, and I'm reaching new levels all the time. I believe the best is yet to come, because it's only been, for the length of my career, my work with Adam has only been the last 3 years, and it's only really come into its own strength for the last year and a half, since the Jackson fight. You could see indications there, and since then we've built and built and built. And the Quillen fight, the performance, it was a little step back, it wasn't a step forward. That was because I got knocked down heavy in the first round and had to kind of revert to my safety zone and go back to what was always comfortable and what I always did. But I believe I'm learning all the time. Me and Adam's understanding of each other is growing deeper every day with our work in the gym, and there's still a lot more to come.
Your he's your promoter, actually, your trainer. Adam Booth made a point in the press conference of emphasising that first round aspect, that whatever happens, that's kind of a critical round to be ready for anything. And obviously the Quillen fight was testament to that. So, you'll be looking not to make those kind of mistakes in the Billy Joe fight.
There's that trailer thought, which I agree with, but there's also, I always like to try a man in the first 40 seconds or to a minute, because a lot of times you'll find a guy's cold and he's not ready. His face or his chin is not adjusted to being punched, where the punch that will knock him out, like the punch that he'll take easily in the 5th round, might knock him out in the 1st round because he's not adjusted. He's not conditioned himself to taking punches. So I always like to trade heavy in the 1st round, and that when it worked against me in the Quillen fight. But you have to find a happy medium, I guess. Yeah.
Can you just put into words how much emphasis there is on the traveller aspect of this? Because within the traveller community, people know exactly how big this fight is. The first 2 travellers to ever fight for the world title. You're the first ever traveller to win a world title. There's a history on that part, but how would you sum up in words what this means within the traveller community, Andy?
This fight has been on the cards for a while, and the excitement has been building and building. We're in the travelling community and the gypsies, and they're all eager to see it. They know myself and Billy Joe, along with Tyson Fury, are the 3 leading fighters in the professional game in the travelling community, and I was the first one to win a world title, and now the two of the 3 are fighting each other, and Tyson's got a massive fight coming up. So we're all very proud of our roots, and there's going to be a massive crowd, massive interest from the travelling community, and it's a proud. I think it brings a lot of pride to the travelling community that this fight is happening, and it's on such a great occasion. And there's a lot of respect between me and Billy Joe, and that will continue after the fight. But like, he understands and I understand. When the bell rings, we'll be fighting, trying to take each other's heads off. And yeah, they're all excited. I've been inundated with calls and texts and my brothers and everybody. Everyone knows how big this fight is, and what the biggest part about it is bragging rights. I think if you could say to me, Andy, you could keep all the money from the fight that it generates and lose, but have all the money, I couldn't take that. I'd in a way, not to bring low at the fight, but like, I would take no money and win the fight, just because it would mean so much to me and all the people and Limerick and my family. So there's a lot of pride at stake between us.
Have you kind of in your head mapped out the next sort of 12 months of your career, potentially, in your head? Do you know how far you can go? You've already become world champion and accomplished what you have.
Yeah, there's not much more I need to do or want to do in the game. I'm 31 years old now, and there's not that, like, I'd like to get out while relatively young and still on top. I will beat Billy Joe Saunders, and then I will fight Golovkin, maybe, Lemieux or Cotto, one of the other champions. Have a unification fight and then sail off into the sunset. Maybe two more fights, 3 more fights after this. That'll be it.
All right. Well, September 19th is first, so look forward to the build-up till then, and should be a special night here in Limerick.
Yeah. Thank you for coming. Thank you to iFilm for being here in Limerick, and welcome to my city. And all you got to do is walk into a bar and say my name, and you'll get a free pint.
Andy Lee, thanks for talking to iFilm TV, and we'll catch up with you soon.
Cheers, Google.
Thank you very much.